In St. Paul, it was a great win for the Montreal Victoire, 3-2 over Minnesota. Montreal started out carrying the play, but they were 0 for 2 on a couple of early power plays, so you just didn't know how this was going to turn out. They played from behind early, but they played well enough to come out of here with the win.
It was kind of a funny first period. It felt like Montreal was the better team. It felt like they deserved to have more goals than they did to start. It was Minnesota who would strike first as Britta Curl would find a way to get in front of the net on this one. She feeds the pass up ahead. Claire Thompson finds some open space in the circle and then dishes it in off Curl, who is credited with the goal to give Minnesota that 1-0 lead. It kind of felt at that point like maybe Minnesota was going to turn the tables on Montreal. They didn't get off to a good start, but they strike first. Maybe that's their chance to get an early lead and an early opportunity in this game to turn the momentum. But Montreal would find a way to battle back here and put something on the board, as well as this shot comes through from Keppel. We thought maybe it deflected on the way in. The goal officially, Keppel's goal, finds its way past Maddie Rooney, and that ties the game up at 1 apiece. Her first goal of the season for Montreal. Then they would find a way to strike where it hurts the most, Clay, at the end of a period, as LaBelle gets her own rebound on the side of the net here, as Rooney can't find that floating puck, and LaBelle makes it 2-1 in the waning moments of that first period, which is what the lead would be after one period of play. And even though Minnesota would get another one, Montreal would as well, and they would find a way to hang on in the third period. That was a fast third period. It felt like there was going to be more goals scored, but 3-2 ended up being the final.
Minnesota had a tough week preparing for this hockey game. Several players under the weather. I think you could probably say there were a few bodies out on the ice for the Frost that weren't 100%, but they gutted it out. That's still taking nothing away from the effort of Anne-Renee Desbiens. She was outstanding in net for Montreal.
She had to be, especially in that third period. Like I said, when it was just a one-goal game, Minnesota coming into tonight's game had 7 third-period goals on the season, so they were very comfortable with finding the back of the net in the third period. It felt like maybe they were going to find a way to tie this one up. It was a fast and furious third period back-and-forth action, and Desbiens made all the saves that she needed to make sure that this Montreal team was able to come away with the victory, including a late save off of Grace Zumwinkle, who almost found the back of the net to tie that game up at 3 apiece. And Desbiens, you talk about players kind of nursing some illnesses and injuries. Desbiens was under the weather not too long ago. Julie was in her place in between the pipes, so Desbiens getting her first start since feeling under the weather, her second win of the season. I was very impressed with the way she played today.
So Montreal in second place. They have won 3 in a row. First regulation loss of the season for Minnesota. 3-2 the final. For Alexis Pearson and Katie Storm, who joined us on the broadcast, I'm Clay Matvick saying so long from St. Paul.